I rented a fake apartment. And accidentally got ProRevenge. So this happened a long time ago. It's probably okay to post here. It was ~2010 November 2009. And I was jamming to I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas. Looking for a cheap apartment. I find a great ad in Craigslist. And arrange for a viewing. I meet the landlady. A portly shrew with a Betty Page haircut. I wasn't here for the company however. But for the cheap room. It's not great looking. But it is cheap. So I tell her I am interested. She tells me the place is mine if I can get a deposit by end of day. Sweet. I rip to the bank and grab the $450 needed. A half a month's rent. She and I cross-sign a standard lease. And ask when I can get a key to move in. And she says a couple days as the current tenant has yet to collect all of their stuff. So, I am sleeping on the couch at a buddy's pad for now. And so I just chill. Seeing sights. Enjoying the first few weeks in a new city. A couple days roll by. And I haven't heard from the landlady. So I get frustrated and leave a few salty voicemails. But alas, I was ghosted. Finally she leaves me a voicemail and says she's sorry. But she cannot rent the place to me. I start to get angry. But I am a pretty cool customer. So I do the research. Find out my rights in an unfamiliar new municipality. And discover that if someone backs out of a lease without a legal reason, the other party is entitled to double the deposit they placed. So I figure, she owes me about $900 clams. I leave more messages and emails. Again with the ghosting. Not answering the phone. No responses via email either. I get fed up. Now. I had just accepted a new job. But it didn't start until the turn of the month. I would guess it's about the third week of November 2009. I have some spare time. So I hop on the bus. Buy a magazine. And sit at the bus stop across from the rental house. And just wait. And wait. For a couple hours I waited. But man was it worth it. I see her showing the unit to another smart mark. I hold my cool. And wait for her to finish with her newest renter. And make my way over to the house to confront her. As soon as she sees me, she starts to wail about how the tenant changed their mind. Blah blah blah. And that's why she couldn't rent to me. I've heard enough. I square my stance directly opposite this clearly upset charlatan. Now you listen to me. You will get me $900 as required by law by the end of the day. Or I will go directly to the police station and let them deal with you. She turned white. For a minute I thought she was going to puke on the ground right there in front of me. She says, "Hold on. I will get you your money." I remember thinking, shiz, that was easier than I thought. She goes upstairs. The unit was a basement unit in the house she was living in. And I shiz you not. Hands me a wad of cash and says, "Here. This is ruining my Christmas. But here." She almost pushed me off balance as she jammed the messy wad of cash into me. "Thank you. Good day," I say and take the money. Count it. And walk away. I didn't turn around and look back. Got on the first bus that stopped nearby heading back toward the direction of my friend's house. Not until I was home did I calm down and realize it was going to be a sweet Christmas. All thanks to a lying phony cheapskate. However, this is not the end of the revenge. About a week later, I get a phone call from a friend asking me if the lady in the news is the same crazy lady I got the double damage deposit from. I'm like, WHAAAAA. Sure enough. It turns out this lady was running the same scam in parallel with a bunch of other victims. I am mortified. Not just because I almost got scammed. But it immediately occurs to me that the money I got was someone else's money. And they are homeless for the holidays. I head right down to the police station. Where there is, I shiz you not, a line of crying people filing reports about being scammed by this woman. I feel awful. And when it's my turn, I get to the intake officer. And start to give my story. I lay it all down. How I fell for it. How I left a snotty voicemail. How I staked out the rental to confront her. My demand of double the money back. My threats of legal action against her. And finally the skillful execution of the law by getting double the deposit back. I tell the cop, I took some of the money that belonged to the other victims. And she looks at me and says, "Man, you were the only one smart enough to confront her in a reasonable way. You earned that money. Don't worry about it." A young lady who was now homeless and desperate. I couldn't help but overhear. And as I am leaving the police station, she approaches me and says, "Hey, did you get your money back from that bitch?" To which I sheepishly reply, "Actually I got double my deposit from her when I threatened her with the police." The girl blinks a couple times. And finally grins, starts a slow clap, and announces to the other victims still waiting to give a statement in the lobby of the police station. This guy took her for double the damage deposit. I cringed. But then, in the most unexpected turn of events, the line of victims began applauding. I suppose with the realization that while their money was gone, someone had really screwed her back. And that made them happy. They cheered. I felt better. The cops laughed. And we all, there had to be 20 people in all, had a joyful cosmic moment of holiday schadenfreude at her expense. I left the police station with a clean conscience and a smile on my face. And enjoyed every last penny of that worthless bitch's nasty stack. For the non-believers, here are a couple media reports of the woman who tried to scam me. With bonus pictures of her getting hauled away. Happy holidays. Edit. Spelling. Fixed a messed up a date. More edit, thanks for the silver. This bitch just keeps paying off. Even more edit, gold. You guys are so full of the giving spirit of Christmas. Thanks again. Edit the fourth. Now with the platinum. Stalk you guys. : Okay. Final edit, yes this really happened. I am not a creative writing student. But thanks for the compliment. Thanks for all the awards. This was really just a fun thing I decided to write on a whim. I was having my annual chuckle about this whole fiasco by googling it around this time each year. And I thought I would share the story. No, I don't hate the lady. I just think she made some bad choices. If she reads this, I'm sorry I called you a bitch. Kinda. : What a great story. And everyone really did stand and clap. Well done. Canadians. Murricans would have been fighting for that extra dough. Removed. Yep. It's not even that great of a read. I believe the story of the fraud. But adding the fucking slow clap at the police station by someone who is now homeless and broke. Not one bit. Wasn't it so convenient that a literal lobby full of people who had been scammed by this woman decided to show up on the same day and time? Removed. The internet has ruined me. I cannot accept that this actually happened. I would normally dismiss this story as something that never happened, but holy shiz, you got the news stories to back it up. Well done. I Google it around the holidays. And it always makes me chuckle. It's the Christmas gift that blooms every year. I have no doubt that the fraudster exists. But everything written here is pure fiction. Op read the news article and decided it would be a great time to practice creative writing. Ding ding ding. And then everybody clapped. It's true, I was the $800. And then they clapped. Not only does the clapping give it away, but the fraudster gave him back $900. Yeah right. At best you'd get the $450 back. Downvoting because everyone applauded. Can someone explain this? It's been posted a few times and I am an ignorant dork. Jesus. Who pulls this scam on property they actually own? You're just begging to get caught. The pro version is to claim to be the landlord. Jimmy the lock. Show the property at times the owner is not likely to notice, e.g. weekday afternoons. Get deposits from as many PPL as you can scam. Then throw the burner phone into a wood chipper and disappear. Unethical life pro tips. but you getting the money back was literally the end of the revenge. Not really sure what the pro part was either. They literally just followed the guidelines to a T. I couldn't believe the person just jumped on the bus and was happy to call it a day when they literally just saw the person attempting to scam another person. Only until someone else reported it to the police was the op willing to go and assist with the investigation. Then the other red flags appeared, which made me doubt the entire story. Removed. Even though you are sarcastic, I will share my thoughts. I think she had been running the scam for a few weeks. And when I threatened her, she knew it would all unravel. This is why she turned white and didn't argue. I honestly think she saw her impending doom in the look on my face. It's even more satisfying in retrospect than it was in the moment. I think she probably got a visit from the popo not long after I concluded my business with her. I don't think she was physically confronted by anyone up to that point. But that's just what my gut tells me. Wait a min, you said 2010 but then it's November 2009. Which year was it? Op, please respond. You are totally right. I was looking at the news article when I wrote the year. She got charged in 2010. But my story is in November of 2009. Hope that explains. : Removed. Holy shiz. I didn't know about this. So awesome. I fucking love my country. Did any of her other victims get their money back? Not as far as I know. It was a really sad situation. Not sure why I bother here anymore. Effin' creative writers. The dialogue is awful too. Can't believe this got so much karma. Revenge. 100. I read this post and smiled. And then I read this comment and whatever creative energy I had evaporated. Damn. I'm sorry that happened to you and everyone else involved. What a vile woman. I'm thrilled she got busted and you got double your dollar back. Good for you. : I know. My friends were really impressed for a day and a half. Hee hee.